Hello, and thank you for returning to the Patterson High School Cosmetic Services YouTube channel. Our last episode featured a state board procedure featuring the blended tip. So this is our blended tip on the ring finger. At state board, the next procedure is a nail wrap. Now the nail wrap goes over top of the blended tip, but please be aware that at state board they may not say, and more than likely they will not say, okay, now apply the wrap over the blended tip. It is an understanding that as the test candidate that you know the wrap goes over the blended tip. Is everyone clear?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So now, before we start any service, what do we do first?
Sanitize your hands.
Yep, and so we're going to sanitize our
Client.
Yes, and so this hand represents our client. Very good, Ariel. And this may seem silly, but they want to see that you are taking precautions to keep everyone safe by making sure that your client's hands are clean. After you've rubbed the hand sanitizer on the plastic practice hand, now you want to sanitize your hands and make sure you rub the palms, the backs of the hands, and in between the fingers. So we want to make sure our hands are nice and clean. Okay, what's our first step?
Apply dehydrated to nail.
Okay, so today we're using ASP Prep and Nail Dehydrant, and this is only going to go on the natural nail, the portion of this nail that represents the natural nail. And you want to go around the cuticle area and down just to where you blended that tip, okay? And please don't oversaturate this practice hand. What do I mean by oversaturate?
Wet it a lot.
Right, you don't want it soaking wet. You just want just enough to show the examiner that you have applied your product properly into the correct area. What's the next step?
Cut the wrap material to desired shape.
Okay, so let's talk about the wrap material for a moment. We have choices of, can someone shut that door? We have choices of silk, fiberglass, and linen. This is the silk, this is pre-cut. Can you zoom in on that? You zoomed in?
Yes.
Okay. And this is fiberglass. Did you get a close-up?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing that with the
With the phone.
Oh, really? And not coming closer? You can do it with the phone. Okay. All right. All right. So both of these materials, the finished product is sheer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I had linen, and unfortunately I apologize, I do not have a linen fabric to show you as an example, but when it's applied, you can see all of the fibers, all of the weave of the linen, and it's the least popular of the three fabrics. Now I'm going to choose to use the pre-cut silk self-adhesive wrap material, and this is the smallest one that's available. And I'm gonna make sure I have my scissors, my curved scissors. I prefer the curved because we're working with a very small area and you want to be able to make a nice rounded cut. Okay, so now what I want to do is place the wrap over the nail. Okay, so you want to place the edge of this nail wrap material right in the side wall. Okay, so the side wall is here. This is the side wall. This is the side wall. Okay, so now you want to place that fabric right here. Hold it with your thumb and lay it over the nail, and take your nail, your thumbnail, and make an indentation where underneath is the other side wall. Okay, so that is my indicator of the width of the nail wrap. Okay, you want to take your scissors starting from the bottom, and you want to cut that width straight up. And make sure that you are not using, do me a favor, Maria, that plastic bin, Olga, I'm sorry, No. I know, Maria.
Oh.
Grab that plastic bin, please. Ladies, and let me just, it's right in front of the mannequin table.
De plástico.
Okay, so as you see, yes, thank you. See, as you can see, these scissors are not cutting the fiber. And just let me give you guys a little bit of advice. Take this brown box out. Please don't use your, these are called cuticle scissors. Don't use your cuticle scissors for anything else. Now, I know they're called cuticle scissors, but these scissors are specially designed to cut such things as your silk and your fiberglass wrap. So now I have to find a better pair of cutting scissors. Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, here we go. Okay, that's how it should cut. Okay, so keep going all the way up and then round out this end. Okay. Now, what's our next step?
Press the material onto the nail.
Okay, you can put that back for me. All right, so you want to take this off. Now, please keep in mind that this fabric is very delicate. See how if you pull on it too much, it can become distorted, and you don't want that. So it says to lay the fabric down. Okay. Do not overhandle this fabric. You don't want to transfer your oils, your natural oils, onto the silk. Now, what's one of the golden rules to applying product when it comes to the cuticle area? Thank you, the hairline space. There should always be a hairline space. Thank you, Brianna. There should always be a hairline space around the cuticle. Okay, can you all see that? That there's a hairline space around the cuticle area. There's a space. Okay. All right. What's the next step?
Cover material with resin.
Resin. R-E-S-I-N. Resin. Resin is what? Is another word for
Glue.
Thank you. Nail glue. We got to be specific. Very good, Olga. Nail glue. So I'm going to take my nail glue. Today we're using IBD 5-second brush on nail glue. And you don't want to drag because, again, this silk is very delicate. You just want to touch and kind of lightly brush that on. After I do that, Briasia,
Brush on or spray on resin, accelerator.
Okay. All right, so now you want to spray. This is my one of my go-to glue dryers. This is by Hurry Up nail glue dryer by Formula 10. So you want to use about 3 short sprays, holding the can about 3 inches away. Now, once you spray your glue accelerator, you want to gently hold the fabric around the free edge of this nail. What do you think this is doing? What do we? It is drying. What do we do with our polish when we're applying? Yes, who said that? Shauna, yes. Cap the free edge. We don't want the wrap to begin to peel back prematurely from the edge. Okay, so after we've applied our glue accelerator, before you read the next step, let me just go over a few things about options for glue accelerator. This is by Star Pro. This is called a resin activator. Okay, so you will see various brands call it different things. Okay, but it's the main purpose is a catalyst. That is something that accelerates the chemical processing. Okay, because the whole goal is to do what to the glue? To dry it how? Fast or slow? Fast, exactly. So this is a pump. This has the liquid accelerator. This is in the pump form. This is aerosol. Okay, and we have another pump form. This is by Micro Wrap. They're calling this Speed Cure Resin Accelerator, okay? Same purpose is to dry the glue quickly, okay? So after we've dried our glue,
Repeat resin application.
yes. So I'm gonna go back with our nail glue, our resin. I'm going to reapply. Now when you apply your glue, you wanna go beyond where the silk is around the cuticle area. Can anyone give me your interpretation of what I'm saying when I say go beyond the nail wrap? Think about it when we do our polish. What do we do with that top coat? What do I always say?
3 strokes.
Right? After we've applied the color and then we put on the top coat.
Cap.
We do cap the free edge, but also when you're putting on the glue for a silk wrap, or if you're putting top coat on over color, you want to go beyond. So in other words, if my color is here, let's just say this is white polish. When I put on my clear, I'm going to go past the color. That's what I mean, to go beyond. Because that way you are sealing not only the free edge, but you're sealing the product around the cuticle area. Because where would you think the oil comes from first to affect whatever's on the nail?
Your skin.
Your skin. And what's the name of the skin that's around the nail?
Cuticle.
Your cuticle. Thank you. Okay, so after we've reapplied the glue, the resin,
It said repeat resin.
I did that.
No, it says it again. Repeat resin accelerator.
Okay, accelerator.
Accelerator.
Okay, and I did that. I did the second coat and then the accelerator.
Okay. Buff snail with fine buffer.
Okay, so this is a fine buffer, but before I buff smooth, I have to take off the rest of the silk. So I'm going to file in a downward motion to remove the silk. I'm using the softer side of my file. Okay, now I'm going to take my buffer and buff smooth. Be careful not to have any rough edges. You need to feel it as you buff. Okay, that feels pretty good. You want to make sure that it's nice and sheer. Now here, you see where it did not, it left like a little white patch. That's an easy fix. You can just go right over that with a little bit of glue. And then spray quickly. And see how that got rid of that? Okay, so that's how you tweak and perfect your nail wrap, okay? Let's see if that's dry. Okay, good. Now you want to make sure that the texture of your entire nail is consistent. You don't want like a shiny patch here and then the rest is matte. All right, once you've finished buffing, what's next? Bevel.
Bevel shape and refines the wrap nail to a smooth finish.
Okay, I did that. After that?
That's it.
That's it. Okay, great. So now I want to dust, get any dust or debris from off the nail. And I'm also going to spray with alcohol to kind of cleanse the nail. You do not want to hand the examiner a dusty hand. Right, so you want to wipe the nail of all the dust and the hand as well before you indicate that you are ready for the examiner to look at your wrap. Okay, please remember that the wrap is applied over what? The what kind of tip?
The nail tip.
The who said it?
Blended tip.
Who is that?
Shauna.
Thank you, Shauna. The blended tip. I need you guys to be very specific in what you're saying. Okay? So, That's the blender tip over the nail wrap. That's 2 of the practical procedures that will be tested at State Board. Thanks again for watching.